Hi everyone, it's Andrew Wynd here, foot and ankle physio, and I've got Darcy Dore here, our podiatrist, and we're going to show you, I think this is the last of our favourite exercises for the small muscles of the arch, the intrinsic muscles. This one here is in standing, some of the others have been in sitting, and talk us through this one, Darcy. You need a wall, don't you? You're going to be leaning forwards?
Yeah, we need a wall for this one. This one would be on the more advanced side of the intrinsic foot exercises, where standing up and weight bearing and using other muscles that are outside of the intrinsics to help us with this as well. So it sort of looks like a normal heel raise or calf raise, which I'm sure everyone's familiar with, but it does have a few key differences in it, which we'll go over. Another reason why I like this exercise is because with the way that we'll see in a second, it does represent walking, where the ankles are moving forward and sort of simulates a toe-off position, which is the last phase of our walking cycle. So we'll have a look at it now. How I'll normally describe it is we need to be roughly 1 metre away from the wall. We'll tuck in our bottom. So my centre of mass, or my weight, is forward of my foot, and then we're simply doing a calf raise from this position, but we're really making sure that we've got the big toe joints locked firmly into the ground. So it looks like this.
And you've got a really nice straight position here. I think from a safety point of view, just make sure you've got good grip whatever the surface is on. Would you recommend in shoes or out of shoes for this one, Darcy?
I think out of shoes where possible, on a surface that is carpeted would be probably the best. If a person has some sensitivity around the front of the foot, shoes might be a good idea, but for most people where possible, barefoot would be the best.
Yeah, I agree. Darcy's demonstrating really nice alignment there, length through the toes. There's a little bit of gripping in the long toes there. It'd be ideal if you can relax those and keep those long throughout the movement, but he's certainly maintaining good alignment. And correct me if I'm wrong, Darcy, but this will help a very particular muscle in your foot called Flexor Digitorum Brevis.
Yep.
That's a long name for a very small muscle. What is that muscle, and how do we know that's working?
Yep. So that's a muscle that essentially attaches to the heel bone under here and helps flex the toes like this. So it's a muscle that's really important in stabilizing and stiffening up the foot as we walk and propel off it. So the reason why this muscle is used a lot in this exercise is because some researchers have found in Choi in 2020 that the more plantar flex the ankle, or in other words, up like this, the more that muscle becomes engaged. So this is a really good one to target that muscle.
Awesome. That's great. So try that one out at home. I would suggest starting cautiously with the number of repetitions there, not too many. We'd like to see 6 to 8, maybe perhaps 3 sets with maybe a minute's rest in between. So we're starting with only a few just to make sure that we're not going to irritate any of the structures under the balls of the feet. And you could build up to a goal of what would be gold standard for you.
I think gold standard could be 3 to 4 sets of 12 to 14. I think would be a good amount to get to. With this exercise, probably a little bit more of an endurance-based exercise rather than an explosive type exercise.
I tend to go for 3 sets of 20 there is my ultimate goal, so pushing a little higher. Yeah. But as long as you're maintaining a good forefoot position with long straight toes and good ankle posture, so nice straight lines like you were demonstrating there, Darcy. Well, there you have it. There's some of our favourite exercises for the short muscles of the feet, the intrinsics. Test them out yourself, see how you go, and let us know any feedback. There's plenty of others, but these are our favourite at the moment, so we can share more if you'd like. Just let us know.
And just before we go as well, I think that exercise works really well with the Flamingo Feet as well. So I really like to have those intrinsic silicon toe activators in there for that. I find that we'll get the best muscle contraction that way using those.
Yep, so you're wearing them, which is a bit of a cheat, I guess. It puts your toes in the ideal alignment, ready to go. Yep. Great point. Thanks, Darcy. Thanks, everyone.